speaking about cameras, you spent some time with a photographer, didn't you, Jen?
Well, you know, I did. Her name is Marcy Dugan. She's a local photographer, and I got a chance to work with her not only in front of the camera, but behind the lens as well.
All right, let's take a look at that.
1, 2, and good. One more.
Through the camera lens, Marcy Dugan well knows the faces of El Segundo.
Yeah, this is my passion, my true passion.
A passion that didn't come early on in life, but one she always had an interest in.
I've always loved cameras from the time I can remember, but growing up in a household that didn't have the money to buy a camera and that stuff, I never got the chance till I married my husband.
Marcy met Mike in late 1984, and after only 5 months, they married. Soon after, the couple moved to El Segundo, where they bought their home and raised their 2 boys.
1, 2, and...
Marcy, how did you first get involved in photography?
My first job when my youngest son was a year old, I worked for a rec park and I worked in the clubhouse. And they used to do their drama productions there, and they needed some photographs of The Wizard of Oz. And they needed some pictures for the paper, and I offered my services, and that's where it all started.
What was it that got you involved in taking pictures for the El Segundo community?
Carl Kaysen used to do the sports little leagues and stuff when I moved here, and photographed my kids. And one day he says, "Marcy, we've been talking about your work and looking at your work, and I want to retire. Would you like to take over for me?" And I said, "Do you think I can?" And he said, "Yes, you can." And so I did, and that was, probably, I've been doing this 17 years, so it's been a long time.
Marcy was born and raised in Torrance, but El Segundo is the place she now calls home, and photography is what keeps her connected.
You meet so many people and so many faces, and sometimes if I don't know your names, I really know your faces because I'm used to seeing them through the camera all the time.
Marcy first began working with film, and now because of modern technology, she's gone digital.
When I first started, I rolled my own film in the dark room. When I worked for the El Segundo Herald in the beginning, I would go in the dark room, work on all the prints, get them to the paper. Nothing like the smell of fix.
Did photography come easy to you, or was it something that you had to take classes for?
I struggle at times. I think I'm constantly learning. I'm a certified professional photographer with the Professional Photographers of America, and to keep up my certification, I have to keep up my education. So I'm constantly going to school, going to classes.
While Marcy is on the board of the Professional Photographers of California, she still finds the time to volunteer for the Chamber of Commerce, Kiwanis Club, and anyone else who asks for help.
What type of photography, if any, do you do for fun?
Sometimes I go out with my professional friends. We have quarterly board meetings, and we'll plan a day out or a night out to shoot. Whether it's the San Francisco Bridge, we've gone to Yosemite and gone take care of business and then go out and play. We like to play.
Marcy's husband and 2 boys support her work, even when she's under a lot of pressure.
Come on, guys, let's go! I need some of you up here, let's go!
Just the stress sometimes, like graduation, I'll get a stomach ache like a day or 2 before because I'm so scared that I'm gonna miss somebody's graduation, because walking down that aisle and grabbing that candid moment of them graduating, I don't want to not give that parent that true gift.
Photography is what she loves to do, and though it may have its few negatives, it has its many positives that make her feel complete.
Capturing those moments in time that you can never get back.
Is there a special type of a photograph or team or anything that you like to particularly take pictures of?
I think they're all fun. They're all fun. It's the kids. Well, speaking of fun, the boys' water polo team is always such a great team to photograph. They have been such big supporters of mine. I used to make them a poster that got hung around the school, and whenever I'd go to photograph them, it's like, "Can I carry your equipment?"
While Marcy enjoys photographing young people, she is concerned about the way they view the profession.
Well, right now, in my profession, they're talking about this being the lost generation. Everybody is taking pictures with their phones or cameras, but nobody's printing these pictures out to document and save them in a book. And then their computers crash, their phones get, broken, and they've lost these memories that they've had.
Marcy has been photographing families, children, taking portraits, school pictures, and corporate pictures on her own. But soon, that might be changing.
My husband had just retired about a year ago from Chevron, and he's got a little interest, so I'm going to take him out this year to photograph the sports team, the action with me. So I bought him a brand new lens and got him a camera, and so we're going to make it a little family affair in that aspect.
For how many more years do you see yourself being a photographer and doing what you'd love to do?
I don't think I'll ever give it up. I just have to make that decision when I'm going to give up certain things. And it's not real soon yet, I don't know.
So for now, Marcy continues to focus on her photography. For Segundo TV, I'm Jennifer Murillo.
All done.
And now for our big surprise, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marcy Dugan.
Marcy Dugan!
Woo! Hey, Marcy! Oh, she's got her camera. Take my picture. Get to the side.
Welcome, Marcy. Come on in, come on in.
Welcome. Have a seat. Have a drink of our fake coffee. Welcome back to El Segundo. Yeah, you just came back from Hawaii. How was that?
Great.
Yeah? Got some good photos?
A few.
Okay, so what was the lighting like there? Because I know lighting's very important to photography. Did you get up at
Sunshine, nothing but sunshine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So late evening photography, any of that?
Moonsets, sunrises, sunsets.
Water, lots of water.
Lots of water.
Go sightseeing, do anything extreme?
No.
Just skydiving?
No, just relax, read a book on the beach, and...
What did hubby do?
He went golfing one day with a buddy. He has some friends that live there that work for the Chevron refinery, so it's not too far.
So it wasn't like a second honeymoon then? It's
no.
Some other people there. So that's a fancy camera you've got there.
Can you tell us about the lens or anything about it?
It's an SLR with a 28 to 70 millimeter lens, which is it's a 2.8 glass.
Mm-hmm.
So
take my picture. Let me see. Let me see how fast that little. Seriously, you came in here. I felt like Lady Gaga and the paparazzi. It's a theme song. Thank you to our sound engineer, Steven. Steven, by the way, is engaged, as you know. He's getting married, and you know Steven.
Yes, I do.
Any tips for some great wedding photography for amateurs?
For amateur engagements?
Oh, burn.
Or amateur photographers.
Yes, photographers.
Education.
Okay.
Educate yourself, learn lighting, posing. It's know your camera, your equipment, and be comfortable with it.
So is it about the photographer or is it more the camera? What makes the photo?
The photographer. The knowledge base behind it. All the years of education you go through to become a photographer. A good photographer can take a good picture with any type of camera.
Even a cell phone?
Yes, even
really?
the cell phone. I have professional photographers I know that take fabulous cell phone pictures.
Do they sell them?
As fine art, some of them do.
No kidding.
Yes.
Do they admit that it was taken with like an iPhone?
Yes, they do.
Instagram?
Yes, they do.
Really? Well, I have some photos, Marcy. I just wanted you to take a look at some of these. They're on my phone.
Okay.
So just tell me what you think about my photos here. Just scroll to the left.
Scroll to the left.
Mm-hmm. How are they? Pretty good?
You could get closer.
I can get closer.
Yeah, get closer.
Okay. They were animals. I was a little scared.
Yeah.
Zebras can bite.
Oh, I just got closer.
Oh.
Zoom in. I would suggest the other end of them more than the one you're showing.
Really? Okay, we won't look at the back end. From the front would be good. No, zebras, they run pretty quickly,
Yes, they do.
All right, so tell me, you know, how do you feel? You have these 13-year-olds, 10-year-olds are taking photos with their cell phones. They look pretty decent. I mean, how is that for you? How is that business-wise as a professional photographer? Everything's so digital nowadays.
Well, the best-selling camera is a cell phone camera. So, but they, you know, they're just snapshots.
Yeah,
they're just snapshots.
You call them snapshots?
Yeah, they're snapshots. They're memories. They're, you know, fun to have, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Mm-hmm. How has business been, though, with the emergence of all this new technology? It seems that photography is so accessible, don't you think, nowadays?
Yeah, a lot of people are picking up cameras and trying to be a professional, and my one thing would be to say, if you want to go into this professional, do it legally, you know, get a business license. A lot of them don't know the legalities of becoming a photographer and what's entailed in all that. And learn your craft. Go and learn your craft.
So where do we go if we want to learn more of how to take good photos and become a photographer?
Well, there's all kinds of classes. You can start at, you know, some of the adult schools or the junior colleges and colleges, you know. I suggest get a business degree and then get a fine art degree.
Oh, really? Why so? Oh, because there's so much business behind
Absolutely.
photography.
Absolutely.
Like you said earlier, you were doing paperwork and...
Oh, I do
all that
everything in
stuff.
my business, yeah.
Yeah, I asked you about an internship earlier, and you said that I wouldn't be taking photos. I'd be paying your bills. I don't know if I
Answering the
wanna do
phone
that.
and yeah, all the paperwork and all the other stuff that goes with it.
So how's business like here in El Segundo? Is everything going well?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
I'm doing well.
So come the new year, you'll be taking more school photos and...
Yes, the winter sports leagues are starting up now, so after Christmas they'll be in full swing, and then before you know it, the spring sports will be here for, you know, spring pictures for the elementary schools and all that. So. Okay,
well, we have cameras to show you. Actually, we want to show you our cameras.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jen's going to go first because she's trying to upstage me.
You already showed me yours.
I showed you one of mine on my
iPhone,
my iPhone camera.
Well, I don't have a nice, fancy, you know, phone, so this is the little camera I use for everything.
And
digital.
That's perfect.
And I mean, it takes panoramic video, HD, you know, pretty cool.
Okay. Well,
I have a little one too.
I've got a little PowerShot camera.
Does it take HD pictures?
Just saying. What do you think, Marcy? It has image stabilizer.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Hey now. Yeah. You know, I think I can do some good stuff with that.
I think you could. Do you know what all this means?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, daylight, nighttime, landscape, micro, macro. Hey,
Very
right?
good.
Is that good?
Very good.
Tell me what aperture is, because I hear that word thrown around a lot amongst photographers. Aperture.
Well, the aperture is the diaphragm that shuts down to certain stops. It's called an f-stop, which limits the light that hits your sensor.
Okay, so the more light the better, or?
It depends what you want.
You know, I really don't know what I'm talking about right now. It's just, I'm just trying to keep you in conversation.
Well, the aperture also controls the depth of field. So depending if you want something that's within a foot just in focus and the rest out of focus, the aperture controls that also.
So is my little camera, good enough to take good snapshots?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So do you do internships?
No.
Aww.
It's only me. If someone wants to learn, I'm happy to teach everybody. With Professional Photographers of California, we truly believe in helping, and we help each other, and in turn, our mentors who helped us, then we turn to be a mentor to someone else.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So I'll call you after the show.
Absolutely.
And you can teach me how to take pictures of zebras from the front end instead of the back end. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Marcy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Marcy.
And thank you for hanging out with Jen and doing that little segment. It was very enjoyable to watch.
Oh,
and it was very fun, except the airplanes that kept flying over every few minutes.
That's right. We make it work, though, here at El Segundo, right? We make it work. All right. Well, thank you again, and thanks, Jen, for joining me.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.